Okay, here we have a modern matchup. This time I'm playing a Gruul Zoo deck, which is a green-red aggro creature deck, which is quite cool. Uses a lot of Gate Crash and some of the newer cards like Flinthoof Boar. We're going to be able to play here, and this is probably not a keep. It's a bit slow, we don't have any 1-drops in here, so I think we're going to mulligan this. So we mulligan down to this hand, got Emissary, Kird Ape, Flinthoof Boar, and a Ghor-Clan Rampager. So it's a Stomping Ground and a Mountain, so that seems a lot better. And so we're going to keep this. I'm going to lead off with the Stomping Ground, then play Kird Ape. Thanks to Stomping Ground being a forest, that's going to be a 2/3 Kird Ape, which is nice. And I think we're running against Jund here, I think. Possibly, or potentially Junk. So we'll play our Burning-Tree Emissary, and then play off our Flinthoof Boar, which is pretty awesome. We've got 7 power on board now, and our opponent's only just playing their second land. Runs out of Confidant. I'm going to attack here, see if he wants to block, but even if he doesn't, I'm going to Dismember the Confidant. I don't really want him drawing any more cards off of that, so I think that was the right thing to do. Then drops a Tarmogoyf. I'm going to attack. I'm going to block the Flinthoof Boar. I could have Blood Rushed with my Rampager, but the fact that he had 1 black or red open made me concerned about removal. And if he just bolted the Boar in response to my Blood Rush, then that would have been a bit pointless. So we're in a decent position anyway, so I think I'm just going to run out my Stormblood Berserker and say go. It goes down to 5 off a fetch, plays a Deathrite, and then pulses my last creature. So I think we can still win, depending on how he blocks on this turn with the Rampager. So attack with everything. He just blocks with the Goyf, and yeah, I can Blood Rush up my Emissary and deal enough damage to kill him. So yeah, just Blood Rush up the Emissary, and that'll deal 6 damage to him. He's tapped out, so there's nothing he can do about that. And that's game 1. So managed to pull out a quick win with some very fast beats. Into game 2, if we can. Here we are. So we're going to be on the draw here. This hand is obviously a little bit risky. It's only got 1 land, but we have got a lot of 1-drops here, so I think we're okay with running this. That leads off with a Deathrite. We'll lead off with Stomping Ground, play our Experiment 1. Opponent plays Confidant, which is not ideal. And I could have Rancored up, but instead I play out my second Kird Ape and make my Experiment 1 a 3/3. So we're going to get attack down, my opponent down to 17 here. He reveals a Lightning Bolt off the top, which is not ideal, and also plays out a Liliana, which again is not really what we want to be seeing. Going to have to sacrifice the Kird Ape here. Opponent exiles a land as we go to our combat step, and bolts the Experiment 1, which means I'm going to have to remove the counters and regen it if I want to keep it around, which I do. Decide to tap for 2, aiming at Liliana. He lets it die. Decide to Rancor the Experiment 1 up. I'm not going to play out the Stormblood Berserker here because I've not dealt any damage to him, which is how Bloodthirst works. If you attack a Planeswalker, I don't think that counts. Might be incorrect about that, but I'm fairly sure it says if an opponent was dealt damage this turn, and dealing damage to a Planeswalker is not the same. Draws a Blood Crypt off his Confidant. Gets me for 2 and plays a Putrid Leech. I'm just going to attack again and do some fairly cool shenanigans with our Rampagers. So he's going to pump up his Putrid Leech, and I'm going to Rampager up my Experiment 1, set into a 7/5. I've got my 2/3 Kird Ape as well, so I can put him down to 8 here. He's going to make me lose 2 life with his Deathrite activation, and I'm going to kill off his Confidant again, just to cut off that card draw. I mean, I could regret if he plays something that I really want to get rid of, but I think we're in a decent position here. Again, I'm going to attack. He's played a Bloodhole Ooze. He's going to gain a couple of life off getting rid of a creature out of his graveyard. And he's going to go down to 5. I'm going to run out my Stormblood Berserker, which is nice as it can't actually be blocked by one creature. It has to be blocked by at least 2. So that's a nice way to get damage through, provided it stays alive. So he's going to get 2 counters on his Bloodhole Ooze here, thanks to Deathrite Shaman. Put +1/+5 counter on each upkeep. If you have a black or green permanent, and Deathrite being black and green, means you get both activations there. I'm going to play the Ghor-Clan, and just passes. I'm going to attack. He's going to block the Kird Ape and the Experiment 1. We could just Rampager up the Stormblood Berserker and win here, but decided to play it a little bit safer and Stormblood up the Kird Ape. I don't know if that was any better really. It does get rid of his Bloodhole Ooze, I suppose, and sets us up for the win next turn. Maybe a slightly safer win. Yeah, I was really just playing around removal, but maybe it was a little bit questionable, as my opponent questioned with that question mark. But yeah, I should win next turn, so I didn't see any reason to make the Stormblood a target when that's really the creature I want to keep around more than anything else, so it's going to be very difficult for it to block. So I'm just going to play out the ball, and yeah, that's the game in the match. So managed to aggro out Jund here, which is pretty cool, and yeah, just good aggressive plays and nice powerful creatures. Managed to overwhelm my opponent, which is exactly what we're going for.